My name is Drew, and I'd like to welcome you back to my channel once again. The fragrance we're going to talk about today is by Louis Vuitton, and it's called Immensite. Of course, we're going to do a deep dive and or first impressions into the fragrance as soon as we come back. Welcome back, and once again I want to thank you for dropping by my channel, and I hope to see you back again in future episodes to come. If you find any value in the information offered, please hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button so that the algorithm will help push the video out and so that you don't miss any future episodes. Let's get into it. Now, this particular video is a follow-up on a video I recently uploaded about the Maison Alhambra fragrance, which was Immortal, which is basically a clone. And I told you all I would go out and get a sample because I don't actually have the full bottle of the Immensite, but I did go and get us a sample so that we can check it out together and we can figure out, if the clone is as good as the original or not. So let me go ahead and get it opened up. All right, we got him open up. As you can see, let you all see what's going on here. That is Immensite and the original sample bottle, whatnot. Let's go ahead and get a couple of sprays on this testo right here. Give it a chance to dry down. Then we'll go from there. Actually, I'm picking it up already because this particular one, of course, it's a ginger heavy scent. Now, Now, right off the bat, you're gonna get that grapefruit, bergamot with that ginger just mixed into the whole thing. That ginger gives it a little bit of lightness, so to speak, so it's not super heavy. It goes with that citrus, and it basically, with it all being mixed together, it's gonna give it a good base so that it smells like a cologne and it doesn't smell like food. But that's the first thing you're gonna get is that ginger, bergamot, and that grapefruit. Now, this particular, I'm gonna tell you, it's kind of light. That's why I got to kind of put it close to my nose. I like to kind of give them a minute to break down. But it says that in the mid notes, you're getting that watery note because it's definitely kind of thin, like I said before. You're going to have to overspray something like this. And in the background, you definitely pick up some of the florals. I can tell you that right off the bat. That rosemary, geranium, and sage, I'm getting a good bit of that also in the background to give it some oomph. And obviously, we're going to have some ambroxan, on these ginger scents, because we don't want them to smell like, ginger cake or whatnot. We have to have something to help not only give the fragrance some thickness, we need something to help push it out. So that's what that ambroxan does. Now, the amber ladamon is supposed to be in the base notes. I think that's probably going to happen after it dries down a little bit. But this right here is a grapefruit, ginger, bergamot, watery note bomb. That's what you're getting off of this up top. And it is super light. It's good scent, but it's super light. Let me go ahead and put a little bit more. I can tell you right now, this one right here, you're gonna be bathing in this to get it to come out. Because it does smell good. It's nice and fresh and clean. Like a clean body or whatnot. That's kind of what I'm getting off of it. But, and even to my nose, even at this distance, which is about 6 to 8 inches from my face or whatnot, getting like a candy-ish note in the background. I guess that's gonna be that amber or whatnot. Kind of gives it a little bit of thickness, because this right here, it's more thin, it's more watery, it's more light. This is a straight time to where this will be summertime. I'll tell you that right now. I don't even think the spring is really gonna make this and push out like the heat of the summer. But for my nose, that's what I get when I first spray it. You're getting that ginger up front, this bam, and then you're smelling the citrus, bergamot, grapefruit, and it's, like I said, it comes out real watery and smooth when you first spray it. But what I want to do today, as promised, I want to take this and put it against the Immortal by Maison Alhambra, and then we're gonna see which one of them stands up. Let me go ahead and get that right quick, and we'll go ahead and get it sprayed up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put a letter on the actual Louis so that we can tell which one is which. Make sure you can see it or whatnot. Put an L on it and whatnot so I can tell which one is which, because, excuse me, I don't know how close this is gonna be since I'm just getting a sample or whatnot so I can put it on my channel, but we're gonna go ahead and get them prepared. Let me get now we're gonna go to the Jean Low Immortal, which is supposed to be a clone of this, supposed to be a direct clone. Let's go ahead and get it sprayed on the next tester strip, and we'll go from there, because I went over this one on another video. Let's go ahead and let it dry down a minute. Let's move it back. These fragrances starting to mix up. They're starting to get kind of heavy. All right. Let's go back to the Louis. Like I said, that ginger bergamot, grapefruit water note is just bam, right off the top. Ooh. Now, let's go to this right here is the Immortal. Now, I will say this. The actual notes, as far as the base notes, they're there. I get more of the ginger. I don't get a lot of the bergamot, but I get the ginger grapefruit coming off of this one. Seems like a lot more heavy. This one's a lot sweeter on the backside. It's a lot, it has like I said, it has like more of a candyish note on the back to give it a little bit more girth, I think, than the actual clone of it. Like I said, the base note is there, but it's probably, if I had to give you an estimate as far as percentage, it's a pretty good clone. I would probably give it, just by the base notes and how they're coming across when you first spray them and whatnot, I would say the Immortal by Maison Alhambra is probably 85%. The base notes are there, but they seem to come across a little bit different to my nose. This one, the original Louis Vuitton, like I said, it's a little bit more thick, a little more heavy in the back, a little more candyish on the base. I think the amber in it is a little bit thicker or whatnot. And the actual flowery notes, which would be the rosemary, sage, and geranium, seem to be a little bit more prominent in the Louis Vuitton as opposed to the Immortal by Jean Low. They're both great fragrances, but I wouldn't give it any more than, say, 85% close. But in all honesty, if you like a ginger, grapefruit, bergamot type of fragrance, either one of these will get it done. But obviously, if you have never smelt the original, something like the Jean Low Immortal, I think would probably get it done for you. This one right here doesn't last quite as long, I wouldn't think, just because it smells thinner. It doesn't have that rich thickness on the back that the original has as far as the Louis Vuitton. Now it is pretty close as far as the scent profile. They're a little bit more heavier. The ingredients obviously are gonna be of a better quality because you're talking about a $340 fragrance as opposed to one that's like $40. So they're not gonna be the same quality. But what I'm more worried about is the scent profile. And to my nose, I would say they got 85%. I wouldn't give them any more than that. I think the initial blast experience, if you put it on in the summertime, you're gonna get pretty much the same experience probably for the first probably 5 minutes out of both of them. I think when you first put it on sweat, they're gonna kind of mesh together, that they're gonna kind of smell alike. But I think once you perspire more and walk around, the original's gonna last long because it has a background to it. It has a thick background, but this one smells more watered down. You can smell the ginger and grapefruit and whatnot. I don't get a lot of the bergamot. This is mostly grapefruit and ginger to my nose. Whereas the original one, you can smell all three of them pretty much equally as far as my nose is concerned. This one is pretty much the same scent all the way through. And I've worn it a couple of times and it doesn't change. It seems like it doesn't really go into the thick amber type of deal. I do pick up some flaws in it, but it's not as prominent. But this one, as far as the Motel, this right here, you're gonna have to put probably 12, 15 sprays of it on, and it's still not gonna last you no more than maybe a couple of hours. And in all honesty, with the other one, you may get another half hour to hour. I don't think you can get it any more than 3 hours out of either one of them. That's what I think about it. Now, the best occasion to wear this particular is summer scent. You know, this is kind of one you can probably dress it semi up. I don't know about dressing it all the way up, because after the first 5 or 10 minutes, as far as the Louis Vuitton, it seems like that ginger edge, whatnot, as far as the bergamot, whatnot, it's gonna kind of die there. It's gonna come back after about 5 or 10 minutes. You're not gonna get that nice crisp top note that you get when you first spray it. That's just being honest with you. So I don't see this being able to cut through a suit if you got a jacket on or whatnot, unless you just keep your bottle with you and you're spraying it on every 5 minutes. But I don't think it's have enough girth to dress up. Is it a good buy? I don't know, because I would rate this probably, like I said, 7. I would say 7.5. But I'm gonna be honest, if I was looking for this particular scent, it's so light because neither one of them going to last you any more than 2 or 3 hours, if that. I would think that this Jean Low Immortal would probably be your best bet as far as this particular, because I don't think it lasts long enough for a $340 scent. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it's not gonna last all day. It's not gonna last no more than a couple hours. You're gonna have to tighten it up, and it's gonna be gone. So you're gonna go through a bottle pretty quick as far as the Louis is concerned. But this video is getting a little long. Let me go ahead and wrap it up, and I'll see you back at the next one.